Let's focus on another stock which is garnering a lot of attention. That was Jubilant Life Sciences. Now, Jubilant Life Sciences has decided to apparently transfer its entire pharma business towards Singapore arm so that it can result in an eventual listing. We have with us the management, Mr. Shyam Bhartiya, the CMD is joining us. Mr. Bhartiya, thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Can you run us through the rationale to consolidate the pharma business into the Singapore arm?
The board has approved the consolidation of pharma business into Singapore subsidiary. Singapore subsidiary already had 70% of the assets of pharma business. Only 30% of the assets which was not there are being transferred to pharma subsidiary at Singapore, which is API and dosage form, at the net equity value of 1,145 crores. Now, the rationale behind this business is to consolidate the pharma business so that the pharma operations can focus only on pharma business. Also, to raise equity in the international market by selling shares of the Singapore subsidiary business, part of the shares of Singapore subsidiary, and raise funds to reduce the overall debt of the company.
Can you run us through what these entities are, the kind of earnings contribution they bring for the listed entity Jubilant Life, and what is the total debt on the books?
It forms only 15% of the total Jubilant Life Science business. Including pharma, it only forms 15% of the total business and forms 30% of the pharma business. So what is being transferred is only 30% of the pharma business. So in Jubilant Life Science, still 50% of the business, which is Jubilant Life Science ingredients, will remain in Jubilant Life Science standalone, and 50% of the pharma business, which will be in the subsidiary, which is a 100% owned subsidiary of Jubilant Life Sciences at Singapore.
What would remain of Jubilant Life Sciences, and where would you be deploying the 1145 crore proceeds into?
They would be deployed to reduce the debt of the Jubilant Life Science standalone.
What's the debt on Jubilant Life Sciences standalone?
Would be repaying about 1,145 crores.
What's the growth outlook on the overseas business? I'm sure you must have set a target for yourself.
Well, I'm afraid that, we are in the quiet period because we are going to have a board meeting on the results. So I cannot talk about the future growth of the business. But what I can tell you is that pharma business consists of 50% of the total business, which will be at Singapore subsidiary, 100% subsidiary, and Jubilant Life Science standalone will have 50%, which is our life science ingredient business. So consolidated 100% of the business will still remains with Jubilant Life Science.
And by when do we see the Singapore arm getting listed?
It will take about 6 to 9 months.
Any other approvals which are required, whether legal or regulatory?
No, we only required the FIPB approval, for which we have already applied and received the approval.
What about the promoters of Jubilant Life Sciences? Any proceeds going to them?
No, here promoters are not being compensated at all. This money of 1145 crores will come to the company, Jubilant Life Sciences, which will be used to repay the debts. Promoters are not in any way being compensated in this transaction.
Segments, sir, would be driving Jubilant Life Sciences growth going forward. Can you give us some rough estimates?
Jubilant Life Science will grow their life science ingredient business and also the pharma business through its subsidiary in Jubilant Pharma Singapore.
All right, Mr. Bhartiya, thank you so much, sir, for joining us. That's a big drop on the stock. The last time we checked, when we started off this interaction, the stock was down just 2.5%. In the last 4-5 minutes, the stock has suddenly tanked. It's down nearly 4% right now. It's at the lowest point of the day. Yesterday the stock was on a roll, but today I think it's more profit booking rather than anything else. And even the fact that now traders, investors are starting to digest the full implications of this particular move. There you go. That's Jubilant Life Sciences. That's down 4% at the lowest point of the day. That's a wrap on Market Check, but stay with us. Trading derivatives is right up next.